Okay, so getting ready to replace the torn air intake hose on this 2012 Honda Civic. This one is a 1.8 liter, and according to O'Reilly's, or this is where I bought this one from. And by the way, from O'Reilly's, this was only $17.99. I saw some on Amazon that were like 15 bucks or 16 bucks or something like that. And I read some reviews and they said they weren't good. This one's actually a Dorman brand. And you can get these from O'Reilly's and AutoZone and that kind of thing. It's made in China. Yeah, I see that. But the rubber actually feels pretty good, and Dorman is a pretty decent name. So anyway, that's the part number if you decide you want to get one from O'Reilly's. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this quick video because I saw a few other videos and some of the guys tried to do it without taking out the air box. And I tried to get that out of there and it was a pain in the butt. So I just decided to pop the air box out, and it came out pretty easy. So I thought I'd share that real quick. Here's the air box, the air filter box. And all there is just one bolt in the front and one on the side. And then on the back, there's a rubber grommet. I'm sorry if I'm turning the phone crooked. And that rubber grommet just fits right on that little peg right there. So basically, pull that bolt out, and you got to kind of pry that up a little bit. You got to kind of move this hose out of the way, and then you've got one connection on the top of the air box. It's right there for the mass airflow sensor. And that's what this is right here. And that just goes on the top of the air box right there. And that little green grommet fits right in that little hole right there in this air box. Anyway, once you get the air filter box out of there, I'm going to change the air filter as well. But anyway, once you get the air filter box out, getting to these things is a lot easier. And I will tell you, this is an oddball size. This is a 5.5 millimeter. There and there. And a lot of guys say that it's not metric. Well, it is. It's a 5.5 millimeter, 5.5 millimeter socket. And you just loosen them up. And here is the tear in there. And I bought this car used, and it was sputtering under load. And when I would gas it from a stop sign or a green light and I would gas it, it would hesitate for a second, and then every time you'd rev it up, sometimes it would hesitate. And anyway, I did some research and they said that these boots tear and they cause the mass airflow sensor to not read right. Anyway, I'll get back to changing this. So get the air box out of the way, unloosen those two, and I went ahead and pulled these hoses off just to get a little room to work. This little one just comes off with a hose clamp, and then that gave me a little bit more room. And then you got to squeeze this little clamp to pull that one out, and you can't pull that clamp off. You just squeeze it and then lift this out of the way. And then there's these little wire looms. One goes in there, and there's a couple more looms that kind of fit in these little grommets back there. They're kind of a pain, but anyway, I've got all this loose, so I'll just pull it off and show you. So there's the throttle body, and here's the old unit, and there's them little grommets right there and there that hold those two wires in the back. It feels awkward. Once you get the air box out of the way, you can kind of see everything. But if you try to do it with the air filter box in, you're gonna spend a lot more time. It only took me a couple minutes to pull that air breather box. And here's the new one. So it's got the same little grommets and everything. Basically, I'm just gonna go reverse order. I'm gonna put everything back together, put the air box in. Oh, by the way, before I do it, that throttle body has got quite a bit of gunk in it. So I've got some O'Reilly's carbon choke cleaner And I've got a mess of rags, and I'm just gonna wet the rags or the towels, and I'm gonna clean that throttle body out real good. And you gotta get it, you know, I can't really show you very well, but I can see that it's really dirty inside. So I'm gonna get as much of that, I'm gonna push that open, get as much of that cleaned out as I can. Put the new air intake boot on, put the box back in, air breather box, and I'm gonna put a new air filter in it. And I hope that fixes my problem. Hope this helps somebody. I'll put it when I post the video. I'll tell you whether it fixed my problem or not. All right, have a good day.